Hi guys, welcome to our channel. I'm Genta.
I'm Evelyn.
I'm Valentine.
We are insurance consultants and entrepreneurs. Today we'll be talking about the different types of insurance, and in these kinds of insurance we'll mostly be talking about the long-term insurance and short-term insurance. So maybe on my left I would ask Valentine, what is long-term insurance?
Okay, long-term insurance, these are policies that are, like the word says, long-term.
Yes,
long-term
yes.
means more than a year, more than
yeah.
12 years. So types of most of long-term insurance are what we call life policies, education policies, pension policies. They run for a long period. So that is why it's called long-term.
Okay. So basically we are talking about, when you talk about life policies, retirement policies, we're talking about life, maybe long-term insurance policies. So I would ask, if today I want to purchase a policy, let's say I want an education policy, what is the minimum period can I get if I really need an education policy? And I'm looking at, I have a child and I want to secure the education, and I just need something that can hold me for the time being. How long is long term?
Long term for educational policies, we usually say at least 5 years, because with an education plan, it is something you are planning for the future.
Yeah.
So you cannot do an education plan of 2 years, unfortunately. So the minimum period for taking an educational plan is 5 years at least.
So for our viewers, I don't know how many people have a policy, a long-term policy, be it education, be it a retirement plan, be it an investment policy. What are some maybe of the challenges that you are having when you're doing that policy? I don't know, like when you started the policy, what were you looking at? Like if I want to start a long-term policy, what are some of the things that I should consider?
What you should consider when starting a long-term plan, it is your source of income. I'm sorry to say this, because there are challenges. Huwezi lipa hii kitu 6 months ukasema kazi imeisha. So most of the times we usually suggest at least you take 20% of your income. If you know you're earning, like for example, if you know you're earning 20,000, so at least you take a policy of 4,000. 4,000 policy is something flexible. In case of any eventualities, you are able to pull resources to still continue with this long-term policy.
Okay.
Yes.
If I may add, another factor that you can look into when purchasing an education plan is like maybe you have said the age of the child and what school do you want to take this child to. Look at the school fees at this particular time, and then prorate, as in look at how much will be the school fees at that particular time. So for you not to go back deep into your pockets when that kid is going to high school or maybe university, you can then calculate from that and get the premium that you're supposed to pay for the education plan.
So wezi kuwa maybe you want to take a child where school fees is 80,000 a year and you're saving 1,000 bob. It might not work out.
Yeah, sure. It might not work out.
It might not go well for you when now you have done your savings for 5 years and you're told maybe we'll only be able to give you this certain amount, and then you're like, oh, but it's not enough for my school fees. So whatever you put in is what your output will be. So it's important to look at that, so that you are very sure, like if I'm putting in 10,000, then I'll be able to pay my school fees fully. Because there is also the issue of you being the parent doing that. You don't know maybe what you are saving for the next 10 years. You might not even be there to be able to accommodate the difference in school fees and everything. So it's important to consider that. Now, apart from long-term insurance, we have short-term insurance policies. So maybe Evelyn, when we talk about short-term insurance policies, what are we looking at?
Short-term insurance policies, these are policies that are 1 year and below. So for insurances that are 1 year and below, we can say, example, we have motor, we have personal accidents, we've got WIBA, and it's a wide range. Yeah.
So she mentioned something that quite a number of people usually ask, what is it? And I'm going to ask you so that you comment on the section, so that we know whether we really know about it or not. WIBA. What is WIBA? Because WIBA is one of the compulsory insurance policies that each employer is supposed to have. So let's get your views on that. So maybe when you talk about short-term policies and you talk of something like motor insurance, does it mean, because you have said short-term policies are policies that run for a year or less. So I have bought my motor insurance cover today, and 1 year down the line, it's done. No incidents the whole year. What happens?
If your insurance has expired, it means that you have to renew it again. And on renewing, it means you have to pay premiums again for your motor vehicle. So even if an incident hasn't occurred, doesn't mean that now your policy will continue with the same premiums as last year. No, you have to pay again for the next year.
But sijatumia?
I'll give an example. I'll give an example.
Yeah.
You are in an apartment. Maybe the tenants have come together and said, now since we are living here, we need to employ somebody to put at the gates in order for the security purposes, isn't it? Now a month has passed, nothing has happened. Are you going to pay that person or not?
You will pay.
Thank you. So it means that even if you haven't got an incident, it means that that insurance cover has expired for that period. So you have to renew in order for you to be covered for the next year.
So you're saying it doesn't matter, used or not. At the end of the year, I have to renew it. Okay. Now, when we talk about at the end of the year or at the end of the term, does it mean that if I take insurance today, we are in June, does it come to an end on the 31st of December?
No. When we say 1 year, 1 year starts from the month that you have started. So it is 12 months exactly. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you've taken your insurance in maybe June or August. Okay. So if you take in August, it means it will expire next year, August. Okay. So no worries. If you take your insurance, it is 12 months.
It's 12 months exactly. Yeah. No worries. So take your policy today. Don't worry about it. So let's just pray that the insurance company is praying that nothing happens to you, because they don't, so that they don't actually come into like settling the claim and all that. We also pray that nothing happens to you, but as you have heard, at the end of the day, whether something happens or it doesn't, at the end of the term, you have to renew your policy. So as we are looking at the long-term and short-term insurances, so maybe Valentine, what will be your parting shot when it comes to long-term insurance?
Like I said, with long-term insurance, lazima ukuwe umejipanga. There are many challenges because you might get on board, you lose your job, you're not able to pay. So like they say, information is important. So you're supposed to find out exactly zile fine print, zile dogo, si una accept. You need to find out, like, in case I'm not able to pay, what happens? In case of an eventuality, if I lose my job, what happens? If I don't have this premium at this particular time, what are the terms of this policy that I'm taking? Because it's a long time of period. Within 5 years, a lot can happen in someone's life. Okay. So those are basically the challenges.
All right. Yes. So actually, because of the fine prints, as she mentioned them, the fine prints are why we are here. So Evelyn, unaweza sema nini about the short term?
About the short term, there are so many things involved. But I'll say that, guys, let's go for these insurance policies. There's a wide range. We have got fire policies. If you have a house, secure your house in case of fire. Your motor vehicle, take comprehensive. It will ensure you, your car, and the the third party that is involved. So please let's embrace insurance and take
Okay.
it.
As for me, I would say insurance is one of the best methods of handling risks. Consider it and look into it. So for more, for more details, or if you'd like to inquire about a given policy that you have, or you'd like to acquire a policy, do your inquiries on our email on the description box provided. Kindly comment, share, like, and let's continue talking and educate one another. Bye.
Bye-bye.